My fiancé chose her professor over our wedding. After graduation, my fiancée Sophia suddenly announced she wanted to stay at the university for a teaching position. I knew immediately she'd fallen for her thesis advisor. So I laid it out straight, either we call off the engagement, or her professor takes an overseas assignment. She disappeared for an entire night. When she returned the next morning, dark circles shadowed her eyes. All she said was, "The wedding's still on." On our engagement party, just as I was about to slide the ring onto Sophia's finger, the ballroom doors burst open. A man stood there, holding a baby. "Sophie, I finally have the means to protect you. Are you really going to abandon me and our child?" Her fingers instinctively curled inward. I gripped the ring tighter, whispering a warning, "If you walk away now, this is over." She stared at the ring. Just as she was about to extend her finger, the baby in his arms wailed. She muttered an apology and left without looking back. "Marcus, whatever you decide, we'll support you," my mother said, shooting a venomous glare at Sophia's parents. Unbelievable. No wonder Sophia vanished for months. She was having another man's baby. Is this how the Winters family raises their daughters? If I had a daughter like that, I'd crawl into a hole and die. I stood frozen. Sophia's dream had always been to open a bookstore by the beach. So when she mentioned staying at the university, I knew she'd fallen for Professor Harrison. My roommate clapped my shoulder. "Staying at uni is normal, man. Girls want stability, right?" I laughed bitterly. He didn't know our backgrounds. Sophia's trust fund could buy her any life she wanted. The last thing she needed was a 9-to-5 academic job. Our only disagreement had been about the future. I had to take over the family business, which meant an MBA abroad. She had no ambitions beyond enjoying life. I remembered the day I decided to study overseas. She'd wrapped her arms around me, pouting. "I don't want a predictable life. Let me enjoy my freedom. I'll surprise you with visits. Want that be more exciting?" I'd agreed. So I went abroad while she stayed for her freedom and dreams. Our families pushed for an engagement before I left, but I resisted. Let her enjoy being single a bit longer, I thought. Don't cage her with commitment too soon. I never imagined her freedom would include having another man's child. I'd thought she was too busy with her bookstore to visit. Turns out she was too pregnant to fly. The signs had been there. I'd just chosen to ignore them. My roommate looked at me with pity. "Next one will be better, bro." His expression almost made me laugh. But then tears rolled down my face. I covered my eyes with my hand, hearing nothing but sighs around me. After the guests left, only a handful remained in the vast ballroom. That's when Sophia's parents approached. "Marcus, you're a good man. What Sophie did today is unforgivable. We failed as parents. To think she'd do this with her professor. We'll handle them." I cut Mrs. Winters off. "No need. That's your grandson, after all. Your family business. The Sterlings won't interfere." My dismissal left them pale. Before leaving, Mr. Winters made one last attempt. "I'll give you 30% of my company shares if you'll claim the child. We can bury this scandal together." I laughed. "Why should the Sterling name be dragged through your family's mud?" His face flushed with embarrassment. Seeing my resolve, they left in defeat. I never expected to see them again at our college reunion. Sophia and Professor Daniel Harrison stood at the center of the private dining room, accepting congratulations. Who knew Sophia was the Winters heiress? Were you playing normal to experience real life before your professor brought you back to Earth? "Professor, you should have invited us to the wedding. You have a kid already." Daniel smiled graciously. "You know Sophia's position is delicate. Tonight's on me. Order whatever you want." Everyone cheered. Sophia stood silently beside him, one hand protectively on the baby, her face glowing with maternal pride. My fists clenched. They were openly accepting congratulations, essentially spitting in my face. Yesterday's almost fiancé, today parading another man's child. The scene was grotesque. My roommate, angrier than me, grabbed a drink and walked over. "When exactly did you and Sophia get together, Professor?" "Marriage and kids, that's quite the timeline." His emphasis on marriage and kids was sharp. Daniel's face darkened. Others turned to stare. "Sophia's always had a fiancé, you know. Did you know you were the other man? How does it feel, breaking up an engagement as an educator?" The room exploded in whispers. Those who'd been congratulating Daniel stepped back. Sophia moved in front of Daniel, shielding him. "Watch your tone. Don't speak about things you don't understand. You're asking for trouble." My roommate didn't flinch. Sophia glared at me, then addressed the room. "Yes, Marcus and I had an arrangement, our family's idea, not mine. As an independent woman, I have the right to choose love. Some people still think arranged marriages are acceptable. I refuse to let marriage bury my life." She lifted her chin, radiating privileged defiance. Several women nearly applauded. I hadn't expected her to throw me under the bus to deflect attention. She thought I'd still play the devoted fiancé. I stepped forward. "If you never wanted the engagement, why not refuse earlier? How much did the Winters family gain from their connection to the Sterlings? That's not a one-day pregnancy. You had countless chances to tell me." Before yesterday's party. Don't play the victim, Sophia. Don't make me sick. Sophia's eyes reddened, but Daniel jumped in. Marcus, it's not what you think. Sophia wanted to tell you, but you were preparing for your MBA. She didn't want to affect your future. She wasn't indifferent to you. She was trying to protect you. His sanctimonious words made my stomach turn. These two deserved each other. My roommate couldn't hold back. So Marcus should thank you too, cheaters? Shut up. Sophia snapped. Nothing happened between Daniel and me while I was his student. So what? You'll always be his former student. Sophia looked at me pleadingly, then fled. Daniel chased after her with the baby. Actually, Daniel had been my academic advisor initially. Sophia transferred to my program sophomore year to spend more time together. Then I noticed her frequent visits to his office. When I questioned it, she laughed it off. I transferred for you. I need tutoring to catch up. How could you be jealous? I dismissed it as possessiveness. But looking back, Daniel had wanted her from the start. He just couldn't make the first move. Impressive, really getting Sophia to risk everything to have his child while engaged to me. That night, I boxed up everything related to Sophia. The valuable pieces I'd have delivered back to her. But Mr. Winters showed up at my door. Marcus, look at these gifts, each one shows her feelings for you. Young people make mistakes. Considering our family's relationship, won't you reconsider? My offer stands. I smiled coldly. Would you marry a woman who had another man's baby while engaged to you? While you were overseas building your future? Dating before marriage is normal, but from the day our engagement was set, I never looked at another woman. I didn't want to hurt two people at once. I hadn't realized Sophia was outside until she stormed in. You never asked what happened. Never asked why. Marcus, what if I had reasons? Your cold efficiency, isn't that another kind of cruelty? She broke down completely. I don't want dignity. I want a husband who loves me deeply. I want to marry a real person, not some corporate heir programmed for success. My chest tightened. So that was it. Love wasn't my entire life, but I'd given her everything I could. My mother, who'd been watching from upstairs, flew down and slapped Sophia. How did the Winters family raise such a heartless creature? Sophia pushed her. My own mother never hit me. Who are you to touch me? Shut up. You don't get to criticize my mother. Get out of my house. After she left, exhaustion consumed me. My mother looked at me, wanting to speak, then quietly went upstairs. After that confrontation, Sophia flaunted her relationship with Daniel openly. She legitimized their child under the Winters name and got Daniel a prestigious position through family connections. Friends sent me screenshots of her social media posts, romantic dinners, family photos. The comments were brutal. Trading sterling air for a broke professor? What's the appeal, his age? If you didn't want Marcus, should have said so earlier. He's my dream man. So you're buying him a job, house, and car too? While reading comments, a new one appeared from Sophia. Background doesn't determine worth. Daniel is my partner. Disrespecting him means disrespecting me. The critical comments vanished. She was defending Daniel while publicly humiliating me. Then my mother collapsed from stress. The best neurological hospital belonged to the Winters family. I swallowed my pride and called Sophia for help. She hung up 3 times. At the ER, we were turned away. A nurse apologized nervously. Mr. Sterling, we're full. No doctors available. Any delay could be critical. I tried reasoning. The Winters hospital has. Rules are rules, Sophia interrupted, appearing with cold fury. Marcus Sterling means nothing here now. I could help, but she needs to apologize first. She pointed at my mother. She slapped me. She should be grateful I'm not demanding she kneel. My mother needed immediate treatment. Sophia, I'll apologize. Instead. No. She hit me and insulted Daniel. This is generous. Just then, ambulances arrived. 6 doctors from the city's best private hospital bowed to me, taking over my mother's care. Before entering the ambulance, I made a call in front of Sophia, cancel all contracts with Winters companies. I don't want to see any of them profitable within a month. Sophia went white. The surgery was successful, though my mother suffered lasting effects, partial paralysis and speech difficulties requiring long-term therapy. Don't worry, Mom. Those who hurt you won't escape. Within days, major partners severed ties with Winters Corp, citing management concerns and reputational risks. Their stock price plummeted. Mr. Winters called frantically but couldn't reach me. When he tried visiting my father's office, security turned him away. Finally, my father took his call. Marcus is CEO now. His decisions are final. Click. Mr. Winters realized too late I'd orchestrated everything. The Winters empire crumbled. Tax audits, environmental violations, frozen assets. Former allies distanced themselves or actively sabotaged them. Sophia's life imploded. No more penthouse, no more platinum cards. She sold jewelry to survive. Daniel's reputation was destroyed. Whispers of gold digger and homewrecker followed him. His research was sidelined, his privileges revoked. Their fights grew vicious. She blamed his weakness. He blamed her recklessness. During one fight, Sophia screamed at the baby, "This is all because of you." Sophia. Daniel roared. "That's your child." She collapsed, sobbing. "What can I do? The Sterlings want us destroyed. Everyone's watching us fall." A week later, Daniel was arrested for academic fraud. Sophia knelt outside my office building for 3 days, slapping herself, begging for forgiveness. I never looked down. The Winters Company declared bankruptcy. Daniel was convicted. Sophia, homeless with a baby, was last seen staring at the ocean. My assistant asked if we should check on her. I shook my head. Everyone chooses their own path. Today, my mother was discharged fully recovered. I went to buy flowers. In the flower shop, a woman in a cream dress was arranging bouquets. "Could you make something like this? My mother's getting discharged today." She smiled warmly. "What are her favorite flowers? Colors? Tell me about her." Watching ordinary flowers become art in her hands, I felt the tension of recent months dissolve. I became a regular customer. A year later, I became the flower shop's co-owner. Those people from my past have faded to shadows. My path stretches ahead: sunshine, flowers, and unexpected love. Not defined by what I lost, but by what I chose to find. The end.